This episode of Baby, This is Keke Palmer is sponsored by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Now let's get this show on the road. Unless you're checking under the hood or changing your own oil, you may not feel like a car person. But the truth is, everyone can be a car person. You just need to unlock the love of driving. We talk on our show a lot about purpose, about finding your why, the thing that lights you up inside. And when it comes to a love of cars, my why was the independence it offered me. There's nothing like the feeling of driving down the road by yourself. Windows down, alone with your thoughts, and a good playlist. And sometimes discovering the love of driving just takes the right car to unlock it. It takes a BMW. These cars are so special. They're just gorgeous. And if you've ever been behind the wheel of a BMW, you know what I'm talking about. You can just feel the high performance of this vehicle and the precise handling that gives driving a whole new feeling. It's such a thrill. I'm also partial to the assisted parking that allows you to enjoy the drive without stressing when you make it to your destination and you got to squeeze into a really tight parking space. Whatever you're looking for, unlock your love of driving with BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Baby, this is Keke. Today's guest is one of the most prolific filmmakers of the past 2 decades. Of course, you know him as Madea. You might have seen his TV shows like Madea. His new film, Divorce in Madea, just dropped on Amazon Prime July 11th. Tyler Perry, welcome to the show. And you're my favorite. I just love everything about you. And the fact that you're a Virgo just takes it over the top.
Yeah, Virgo season coming up real soon, real soon. You know what? I'm so proud of you. I think about how old were you on Medea's family reunion?
I was 11 years old.
11 years old. Wow. I'm just so proud of you. So proud of you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mr. Perry. I think about it all the time when
Mr. Perry.
I was on
Mr. Perry.
Medea.
This is your Mr. Perry.
I know,
Thank
right?
you,
In
Mr.
my mind,
Perry.
I go back and forth. I always go back and forth. You would go from Madea, hello, to... So look, I'm going to need y'all to turn around and move the camera this way.
In costume. In costume.
And I think that's where my love affair for you began. This episode of Baby, This is Keke Palmer is sponsored by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. That was a great experience. Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's to this day, it's still like that at the studios. That's the only reason I'm still grinding so hard. And I'm watching them blow up. So I'm proud to be holding this space.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree more. I, of course, have to stop and talk first about BMW just came out. And that's exciting, right? Because Megan Good, she's my girl. So I want to talk for a second about BMW.
I heard this voice of this character kept talking to me as I started writing things down, and it was Ava. That's how I write. Characters will show up, and she kept telling me she's not a victim. She loved this man. And when you love somebody purely, love someone from your heart, and you're pure in that love, no matter which way it goes, never feel bad about the love that you gave, because that's pain that they're in.
Yes.
Nope. I saw the look on your face. Yeah, what you trying to, you went deep right there with that thought.
But to you, Mr. Perry, what do you say to that?
Yeah, listen to me. I had to learn to choose myself. You keep trying to drag them up to higher altitudes, they will die. And it's usually the very people that you invest the most in, that you try and help the most, will be the same ones who turn around and try to destroy you because the jealousy, or you went to a place way further than they ever thought you should go. I have gotten to a place in my life at 54 years old where I look at people and go, okay, tell me who you are, and I'm going to believe you. So stay where you are. So God bless you. Stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I received that. Look, if you're going to die up here, then I should leave you behind.
I had one goal. I need to make money to take care of my mother because she was ill. I wanted to retire her. She was working with a bunch of kids, and kids are little petri dishes for germs. And she had diabetes. So I had been through being homeless and in poverty all my life. So when I got a little bit of money, I was like, okay, nothing seemed to be enough. Nothing would make me comfortable. That for me, that's all I need to be grateful forever. So I could do things outside of the box. And so I'm grateful for not coming through Hollywood.
Yeah. So when you did go into Hollywood.
Because I knew it would hit. I got to Hollywood and the white folks and then And them white folks at the desk were like, "What is this? We're not going to do this." Blah, blah, blah. It was because of all those people that I was able to do that.
And it's so amazing when I think about it. I
In
remember being
Chicago,
in Chicago. Oh my gosh. And it
yeah,
was just insane. And that data, because look, I have this audience and they're rocking with me. So either jump on
that's right.
board or not. And something I wanted to point out as well was, how did you know to do that?
It wasn't a fight for me because it was a non-negotiable. I was not going to negotiate with anybody about that. I was selling
Mm.
DVDs from my website at the time, and they were bootlegged everywhere. I wanted to build this legacy and for my son and my future, even though I didn't know he was coming at the time. I was building a brand. I knew
Yes.
that in order to build that, people have to remember the name. If you order for you to stand out, you've got to have something that they remember.
What was that that made you know that those were the steps you had to take?
All I can tell you for me, if it doesn't feel right, I don't do it. So it was like being prepared.
What are you doing in those in between times when you're making these kinds of leaps?
I know how to do that. I know how to figure out what to eat. You're here, you're alive. Why not? Just open yourself up to being worthy of it. I can have more than enough. I deserve more than enough. Our ancestors already paid for everything we have, and
Yeah.
we're not taking advantage of it. And there's nothing more frustrating. But when I'm seeing people your age and younger looking at folks on Instagram thinking that's how my life should be, and they don't want to put the work in or the
Yeah.
time, like, no, no, because what you're seeing ain't really real.
No, it's
So
not
I want
real.
people to really fully get it. I have people that I've worked with, and I'm like, I know what they're making, and I'm looking at them on private jets and traveling the world. I'm going, who paying for this jet?
Okay. I've seen it myself too.
Yeah, yeah. Who paying for this jet? Who paying for this jet? I'm completely fine with stepping back.
And I love how you're talking about the system that you've created and not
Yeah,
allow
all
other
of it.
people to take it. Yeah.
Well, that's ownership for me. It's everything, and so on and so forth. I didn't have the budgets that everybody else had
Uh,
for the movies.
Tyler, I think it's so important that you're saying what you're saying. I'm so happy you said that.
I go, wow. My thought is, why not own it, and then
Yeah.
license it? Oh, this is how it is. No, that's not how it goes. It's not
Yeah.
how it goes. Yeah.
And just start with what you have.
Do the best with what you have. Do the absolute best you can with what you have. Take the heat, take the hits, and keep getting better and better and better and better.
Look, hey, I'm getting better and betterer. I do not see no competitors. Ay, amor, Keke, Cecilia.
Imagine this. It's Sunday morning. There are piles of laundry that need to be put away and dust bunnies that need to be swept. You have a full day of adulting in front of you, and all you want is to be transported away. Begrudgingly, you pick up a broom and ready yourself to start sweeping. But wait, you're forgetting the most important part. BMW. Upon reflection of my many years of vacationing and hot girl antics, I've noticed I've always had great experiences with Airbnb. Because with Airbnb, I can be my own travel agent and find a spot that matches the celebration vibes I'm in the mood for.
The truth behind Airbnb, Verbo, and all the other SDR companies is starting to come out, and now people and municipalities are rebelling. What the founders initially envisioned as a mere alternative to hotels has over the course of a decade transformed into an unprecedented concept that has completely revolutionized the real estate landscape. This once unheard of idea has reshaped the marketplace in a manner far beyond the founders' wildest imaginations. Today, there are entire neighborhoods throughout the United States where Airbnbs alone have seriously altered prices and neighborhood dynamics. From the west coast of California to the sunny beaches of Miami, hundreds of cities have outright banned the industry from their borders, blaming speculation, crime, and greed as reasons why SDRs should remain illegal. The biggest of these problems is related to the park and profit theory that has enabled rich people to essentially snatch up properties using them as their own personal ATMs with the hope of seeing ludicrous returns, paying little to no tax, taking advantage of America's relaxed laws on home appreciation income. Now the general public is finally beginning to notice. With housing affordability at near all-time lows, the anger is building. A new wave of laws, along with customer complaints regarding transparency, pricing, market rigging, fees, and safety concerns has sort of cultivated into this massive bubble that is seemingly exploding overnight.
Do you consider yourself more of an artist or more of a philanthropist, or is it all tied into one?
I'm Maxine's baby when it comes to giving, but it's also heartbreaking.
Tyler, you have a unique style in your films where there's also this commerciality to it. Like, was that ever a thing that you were thinking of?
It's just for years and years of being on stage. When it's wrapped in a joke, that's like anesthesia for surgery. Do these big, stupid, ridiculous, hella broad jokes. And I think that anybody who is intellectual can watch it and go, there's some things that need to be addressed. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's amazing.
No, I called that told him I was going to beat his ass. That's how it started. She
Okay.
wanted, yeah. No, the truth of the matter is this. When I think about somebody like him or somebody who has something to say, I'm like, great, you have your opinion,
That's right.
because your disdain for what I do says more about you than me and the people that love what I do.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful when you start talking about Tyler's movies as,
Because we can't win for losing. This is
Yeah.
actually a representation of my personal disdain.
yeah, but what? No, 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 no. You got to drown all of that out. You are going to find yourself in hell. For everyone who is a critic, I have thousands of used to be emails. A large portion of my fans who are disenfranchised, who cannot
right.
get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend.
That's
So you've
right.
got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up, looking at everything, and then you got people like where I come from and me who are grinders who really know what it's like. Don't discount these people and say that their story don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that bullshit.
Yes, yes, and that is
Yeah.
what we come up against.
Listen, what I always say is don't worry about being in somebody's box, because when you die, they're going to put you in one. So you may as well just live your life outside of a box.
Ooh.
Any flame you light too quickly will quickly die. So you've got to build it, a slow burn constantly. People are like, oh, I only have 2,000 followers. Keep building, keep building, keep building.
Oh my goodness. This episode of Baby, This is Keke Palmer is sponsored by BMW, the ultimate driving machine.